Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Today we are going to present Seminar 1 Supply Chain Management SCM, and we choose the Coca-Cola Company as our research company. So let me introduce our team member. First we have Muhammad Syahrin bin YUSOF, that is me, and then we have Syahirah binti MOKHTAR, and then we have ALIA Sharina binti Muhammad SAHIRAM, and our last team member is NURAINNE ATIQAH binti Muhammad SALLEH. So, what are we going to talk for our today presentation? First, we have the definition of supply chain management. Number 2, objective of supply chain management. 3, we have history of development of SCM. 4, we have the reason why SCM technique popular in the industry. And then we have number 5, process involved in SCM. Number 6, we have advantages and disadvantages in SCM, and then we have example company that practice SCM, and then we have suggestion of improvement on technique use. So, what is supply chain management? Said by Wisner, Tan and Leong in 2012, supply chain management is the integration of trading partners' key business process from initial raw materials extraction to the final products. That is include the intermediate of processing, transportation, storage activities, and the final sales to the end product customer. So let's simplify. So this is flow of good and service that includes all process that transform raw material into final customer. Other example of supply chain activity can include designing, farming, manufacturing, packaging, or transportation. So how it works? Supply chain management represents the effort made by the supplier to develop and implement supply chains that are efficient and economical as possible. So supply chain cover everything from production to product development to the information system needed to direct this undertaking. So let me give you an example. First, we have Coca-Cola factory, and then they sell to the wholesaler, and then to the retailer, and then the last customer. So we can see here the final customer purchase a bottle of Coca-Cola, but he don't buy directly from the factory. Actually, it's from the horse retailer. So it's like it has a transaction of business to business circuits like that lah. So what's important is the products get to the final customers.
Next is the objective of supply chain management. Supply chain management is important because it can help achieve several business objectives. Supply chain management can provide opportunities for the companies to improve their profit margins and is especially important for the large and international operations. The major objectives of supply chain management are as follows. First, it is to reduce the cost. The main objective of SCM is to reduce the overall cost associated with the running the supply chain. This includes both direct and indirect costs. By reducing the cost, business can increase their profit and competitiveness. There are many ways to reduce the supply chain costs, such as streamlining process, improving communication and collaboration, and using the technology to automate the task. Second, is for the improving quality. The next critical objective of SCM is to ensure that the product or services are delivered with the utmost quality to the consumers. Superior quality can be achieved through various ways, such as an effective quality control, assurance procedure, supply management, and customer feedback. Quality will directly impact customer satisfaction, which is essential for any business. Next, increase the value for the customer. The objective of supply chain management is to increase the value of the customer that in return will enhance the brand value. These objectives can be done by providing them with the right product or service to the customer that will fulfill their demand and also offer them a better buying experience. Besides that, to enhance the distribution, one of the primary objectives of SCM is to enhance the distribution system so that finished goods and services are available to the customer when they need them. This can be accomplished by ensuring that finished goods are available at the right place in the correct quantity whenever they are required. With a better distribution system, business can improve the customer service and satisfaction level, hence it can lead to the maximizing sales and profit. And lastly, optimize the delivery. Managing a supply chain entails ensuring that goods are delivered to the customer on time and in perfect condition. It can emerge as a challenge as many factors can impact the delivery time and condition of goods, such as weather, traffic, suppliers issue. It is responsibility of an efficient supply chain manager to consider all these factors in ensuring optimal delivery for the customer. In the absence of delivery efficiency, customer can lose interest in the brand and eventually switch to the next option.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is ALIA Syarina binti Muhammad SAHIRAM. As for my part, I will explain on the history development of supply chain management in global. Over the past century, there have been significant changes to the global supply chain. Global supply chains are both more complex and more effective than they have ever been owing to the adoption of new handling techniques, the use of ocean-going vessels, containerizations, and computerization. Everything about the way we source, produce, and transport goods has changed. First development is on local and regional supply and manufacturing. The Industrial Revolutions began to transform society. Prior to European and American industrial revolutions, the great majority of supply networks were local in nature and typically restricted to regions. Rudimentary hand trucks and other tools from the 19th century made it simpler to handle items. Railroad construction and made it faster, simpler, and less expensive to carry goods over longer distances, while supply chains have tended to be country-specific. In an agrarian supply chain, for instance, a farmer would chop the wheat, send it to the mill for grinding into flour, then send it to a baker to produce bread, and ultimately it would be sold at the market stall. Second development is improvement to trucking and warehouse. A major development in supply chain storage was in 1925 when pallets started to be used in warehouse. The first semi-truck was invented at the very end of the 19th century and Mack trucks was founded in 19. There were early concepts for the forklift truck in the early 20th century, with further development prior to 1930. Since the invention of the internal combustion engine and cars in the late 19th centuries, pioneers started developing trucks to allow for the faster transport of goods by road. Originally running off gasoline, diesel engines were introduced in the mid-1920s. Third development is greater mechanization. Over the following few decades, pallet handling and pallet storage system continued to advance. During World War II, logistics took a significant role as military organization needed effective supply chains both at home and in Europe. Supply chains were necessary both at home and abroad to manufacture military equipment and supplies and to provide soldiers with the assistance they needed. Supply chain engineering emerged from the combination of industrial engineering and operation research in 1940s. The goal was to maximize racking and layout while making better use of warehouse storage space. The fourth development is standardization and introduction of containerization. The first shipping containers were created in the middle of 1950s. However, they would not become fully standardized until the late 1960s. The development of the shipping container and the necessary transportation and logistic infrastructure was in many ways the biggest transformation in the world's supply chain. One of the key factors in the cheaper and more effective development of international trade was the question of containerization. Standardization made handling and shipping these containers quick and simple whether they are being transported by truck, train, or shipped overseas. The shipping container intermodally is ability to carry easily utilizing a variety various methods of transport. As we noted in our guide to containerization is most crucial quality. Move equipment manufacturers started development vehicles to transport these containers at the same time. The fifth development is greater efficiency and computerization. In 1967, IBM created the first computerized inventory management system and forecasting system. Beginning to simplify logistics, data computerization also opened up potential for improved forecasting, warehouse organization, truck routing, and inventory control. It becomes simpler to track orders, inventory, and delivery thanks to the firm real-time warehouse management system, which was established in 1975. The distribution of product evolved away from railroads and toward trucking in 1960s. This made it possible to deliver time-sensitive raw materials, components, and finished goods across greater distance. Transition away from manual and product code entry began at about the same time, when barcodes made it much simpler to scan items. Prior to 1960s, paper were used to record, transmit, and report logistical records and data. Next, I will continue on the sixth development, which is further efficiencies and a shift to a global model. Supply chain participants, transportation equipment makers, and other builds on their achievement in 1980s. The phrase supply chain management was first used in 1983, and personal computers further changed the industry. Along with this, additional developments including supply chain distribution networks, improved air freight, and the advent of enterprise resource planning system occurred. As a predecessor to the Internet of Things gadget we use today, MIT also created RFID tags to make it simpler to track goods and shipments electronically. It becomes simpler to keep track of expenses and increase earnings because of new tools such as adaptable spreadsheets, mapping, and route planning. The seventh, the last development, which is through globalization, our current situation and the ongoing development of global supply networks are made possible by all of this history. Effective risk management is also necessary for supply chain managers to deal with the unforeseen, including customs and tariff, natural disasters, and problems with international transportation. Moreover, the supply chain is developing into a data-driven, network-driven, and collaborative supply chain ecosystem that fosters genuine value and expansion for all parties. Global supply chain will continue to see increased efficiency, optimization, and profit margins if we continue to innovate in the same way that we have in the past. Simultaneously, predictive and prescriptive analytics works together with AI and machine learning to improve order management, forecasting, accuracy, and other areas.
Next, I will explain about why supply chain management is popular among the industry as part of their business process. It is quite popular because it can improve the quality of the product. It is because every business can assess all their manufacturing operation stage precisely. Supply chain management can optimize the measures and practice. For example, if there is some defect or errors in the manufacturing process, the management doesn't take the problem serious, it can affect the rest of the process. As a result, the early stage of the product life cycle are often an area of focus of supply chain management. One way to set a product line up for success is to implement quality control at the early stage of the manufacture. For instance, in the stage of sourcing raw material by eliminating below par material as early as possible is beneficial as it can reduce the cost and greatly improve the quality of the product. Next, supply chain management also can reduce inventory and overhead costs. It can help the management to maximize the return of investment, also known as ROI. This allows us to minimize purchasing expenses by expediting the delivery of the right amount of inventory at the right time to our warehouse and thereby avoid high inventory costs. Other example is, for manufacturer, optimizing the supply chain ensure the supplier deliver crucial part to the assembly line where required. It can help avoid material shortage, which also can hinder the production and waste precious financial resources. Lastly, supply chain management is very popular among the business because it can provide efficient and effective customer service. It is because by having the complete supply chain management inside the operating process, customers receive their product quickly and as promised by tracking the exact amount and the item that need to be delivered to the customer correctly.
So, let's move on to the process involved in order to implement supply chain management. So, the first step is strategic planning. Strategic planning process involves the strategic supply, chain design, and strategic sourcing. The second step is demand planning. Demand planning process involves forecasting, lifestyle planning, promotion planning, and consensus planning. The next step is the step 3, supply planning. Supply planning process involves safety stock planning, supply network planning, outsourcing distribution planning, customer collaboration, and supplier collaboration. The next step is procurement. Procurement process involves purchase ordering processing, receipt confirmation, and involve verification. So next, we have to come to the next part. There is step 5 in the process involved in order to implement SCM. So we have manufacturing. Manufacturing process involve production planning, detailed scheduling, manufacturing execution. And the next step is warehousing. Warehousing process involve inbound process and outbound processing, cross-docking, warehousing, storage and physical inventory. And the next step is step 7, order fulfillment. Order fulfillment process involve the sales, order processing and billing business process. And the last step is transportation. Transportation process involve the transportation planning, transportation execution and freight costing process.
Next, I will explain on the advantages and disadvantages of supply chain management. First is cost efficiency. Supply chain management helps the company achieve cost effectiveness. It strives to optimize every company process to cut costs associated with production, packaging, storage, and transportation. It also facilitates on-time deliveries to prevent any product waste. It lowers overall operational costs and raises profitability across the area. Second is avoid delays in process. One of the main benefits of supply chain management is that it prevents business process delays. The supply chain manager makes sure that all materials are on schedules to enable continuous product manufacturing. Additionally, they control all logistics and delivery service used by business, promoting delivery at the proper time and place and preventing delays. Third is better collaboration. Supply chain management improves communication between various business stakeholders. It focuses on creating a suitable communication channel inside the company to prevent any misunderstandings or conflicts. The efficient exchange of information among all parties, including workers, clients, suppliers, and distributors, improve comprehension and foster greater collaboration. Next, disadvantages of supply chain management. First, it's expensive to implement. The technique of supply chain management has significant drawbacks and expensive to implement. It demands a significant time, financial, and other resource investment that smaller companies can afford. Second, requires trained and personalized staff. For supply chain management to be effectively implemented inside the company, skilled and trained human resources are needed. The cost of hiring such professional and highly qualified staff would be costly for the company. It could not be advantageous for its installation for small business. Third, lack of reliability. Supply chain management is unreliable since it depends entirely on how information is shared across various divisions. There will be negative impact on the functioning of the whole supply chain if any department shares false information. That's all for me. Thank you.
So now we move to the next agenda where to cite a company that implements supply chain management technique. So basically, we have choosing a Coca-Cola company as one of the product that exemplify a successful supply chain in the developing world. So, how Coca-Cola company implement supply chain management in their operations? So, before we start, let's know a bit about Coca-Cola company. Coca-Cola company is the world's largest beverage company as it is the most popular soft drink in the world. It is sold almost everywhere and its brand name is known in most languages. Coca-Cola product was born in Atlanta, Georgia by Dr. John Steele Pemberton. The corporation of Coca-Cola company was incorporated in 1892. The Coca-Cola plants produce a wide range of beverages including Coca-Cola, Coke Light, Sprite, Fanta, Stoney, Dasani, Crest, and Sweepers. The Coca-Cola supply chain is so remarkable because the company is able to deliver a drink from a factory to a local store within 48 hours. The secret behind this impressive supply chain management is the local sourcing, meaning that most of the drinks are manufactured directly in the country where they are sold. Therefore, company can gain many benefits in various aspects from this technique used. Here is the workflow of the process of Coca-Cola supply chain management. The supply chain of Coca-Cola starts with the purchase of raw materials, which also includes agriculture products such as sugar, cane, and fruit, and water. The ingredients are sourced locally and the type of sugar used can be chosen only by the partners. Next, the processing of concentrated syrup is at the manufacturer, which is the process of combining water, sugar, and carbon dioxide, then sell it to the Coca-Cola enterprise or another bottling partner. After the bottler has been filled up and packaged, the final product are sold to and distributed to the retail partners such as restaurant, vending machine, cinemas and etc. Lastly, the final product will arrive at the consumers. In short, the supply chain of Coca-Cola needs to go through 4 main steps, which are manufacturer, distributor, retailer and lastly consumers. There are 7 main contributors that help the supply chain management of Coca-Cola successfully. First contribution is innovation, where Coca-Cola Enterprise seamlessly integrates modern technologies into its supply chain. For example, it used 3D printing to manufacture bottlers and cans for its drinks. The next contribution is people, where Coca-Cola logistic team consists of more than 100 people who ensure the safe journey of each bottle from the factory to the fridge. Third, Coca-Cola has long-term relationship with the retail partner. One of the examples is that company has been growing together with McDonald's since 1955. Besides that, Coca-Cola company have built a supplier relationship management program, where this program involves quarterly meeting with key suppliers for a mutual performance review. The other contributions is Coca-Cola has strict quality requirement for its manufacturing practice. Moreover, Coca-Cola was in the Global Supply Chain Council, where the council has a centralized portal for the employees and supply chain participants to share their experience and the best practices. And lastly, close collaboration with bottler. The Coca-Cola company provide a standard set of guidelines for all its bottling partners and suppliers. Supply chain management gives a lot of benefit and improvement to the Coca-Cola company. One of the benefits is that SCM provide high quality product manufactured due to the best source material. Coca-Cola choose a group of approved suppliers based on standard including location, size, equipment level, management level, and supply and demand for the raw materials. The primary basis for Coca-Cola to select these suppliers is the quality of the raw material. Hence, the company always communicates with the supplier about its expectation and requirements. The suppliers are bound to comply with a code of conduct that covers a wide range of aspects. Besides that, SCM helps the company to increase efficiency and lower the cost of production through the support from the new technologies. With the help of technologies such as warehouse automation, the SCM process works smoothly. Blockchain is a current example of using the new technologies in supply chain of Coca-Cola. By implementing blockchain technology, the company can optimize its cooperation with its partners by creating more transparency and reducing the cost. For illustration, Coca-Cola used an IT platform specifically for the communication of the bottlers to the purchase and order purpose. This way help the business to reduce the duration of order reconciliation while giving a real-time insight into the transaction made by different bottlers on the network. Moreover, SCM promotes increasing the frequency of shipments of Coca-Cola company to the retail points through pool distribution. Coca-Cola uses a broad array of distribution channels to achieve expanded reach. Coca-Cola is mostly sold by bottlers through independent wholesale distributors and independently owned distributors called the micro distribution center for delivery to a variety of small retailers such as restaurants, bars, supermarkets in cities and towns, and kiosks in rural areas. Lastly, SCM is able to help Coca-Cola company to preserve the nature. For example, the innovative technology at Coca-Cola is the production of bottles from collecting and recycling the plastic waste from the beaches and the sea. Besides that, Coca-Cola company also continues to design recyclable packaging to reduce the amount of new plastic use.
Lastly, I will explain about improvement that can be made in the supply chain management. The more improvement that have been made by the organization, the more better the flow of the operating process of the business. Hence, there are some of the improvement that can be taken by the management. For example, choose and pick the right supplier. Supplier is one of the most essential part of keeping our business running smoothly. they also play a crucial role in the product life cycle. For instance, they are the one who will supply our business with the raw material to expedite production and find a better quality of the raw material in the market to be sent to us. So, every company needs to have a solid relationship with their supplier in order to make a high quality product. Hence, communication, dependability, and speed will affect the decision making in choosing their right suppliers. Next, by keep monitoring the process and the system can be part of the improvement that can make by the business. It is because not all the systems that work well today is going to work well tomorrow too. Management should be at least take a look at their recent supply chain management once a year to keep the manufacturing process become smoothly without any disruption. Once we identify where the problem occurs, we can determine the best action to see the supply chain improvement. Lastly, by using all the technologies provided, can make an improvement to the supply chain management of the business. It is because technology can be a great tool based on how the one plans to use it. Currently, many applications already have been used by the business that can instantly boost up the productivity and increase the efficiency of our supply chain management. It is because IT solutions offer more automation service that assists all the employees to get the work done efficiently. Some technologies that can be used by the business, for example, automate purchasing with ERP using wireless technology that can cut times and use cutting-edge shipment tracking tools.